What up? What up? What up? What up, world? The first ever full court with Chuck and Fred. My guy Freddie Williamson gonna join me in just a second. Gonna get him in here. Y'all know what we talking about, man. We talking about middle school, high school basketball, um, Grizzlies, Tigers, whatever, pretty much. But a lot of local basketball. Um, Trying to get my guy to join me in a second. Just give me 1 second. What up? What up? Nephew, what's good? Charlie. Kamani, what's good, man? Missed a thing earlier. Had some stuff going on. Trying to invite my guy Fred. Like I said, very first podcast, full court with Chuck and Fred. We're gonna be doing this, from time to time, hopefully weekly, so we can get, some, good, valuable information out there for all the basketball heads. We know y'all be wanting to hear some good talk on basketball. So, nephew, what you got up, man? My guy Charlie Bass just in here a second ago, trying to get Fred in. But again, we're just gonna talk, like I said, some middle school, like I said, middle school, high school basketball. Waiting my guy Fred to join me. Gonna talk a lot of rankings. We're gonna talk lots of rankings, players, things like that. Hold on, let me make sure my guy in here. Charlie Bass. Make sure my guy in here. Trying to see if I can
What's
get Fred. Fred, what's good, man?
up, brother?
Man, you good?
Man, I just got through watching that Memphis game.
Man, who won?
Memphis won
Oh, he won. Okay. I just saw they was down. Everybody was complaining. They was down. What was the final score?
34-31.
Okay. Oh, okay. Good. Because if they had lost, folks gonna have a heart attack right here if they had lost two in a row.
Yeah, you know how Memphis people
Mhm.
is.
You know how it go. You know how it go. And then the next week was gonna be empty. Whenever they play again, it was gonna be empty at the Liberty Bowl. If they had lost
You
today.
right. You
You
right.
are you already know. So like I was saying earlier before you came on, Fred. This my guy, Fred Williamson, been on the Memphis basketball scene for a while, along with myself. For people who don't know Fred, man, kind of give me a little background on you, like when you started, what made you get into it, man.
I started like right after COVID. I
Okay.
came in. First reason I started because I got tired of paying to get in the door at gyms and
Yeah.
games. I got tired
Yeah.
of it. I had a son. He had a lot of friends. They played basketball, mostly the 20-30 class. To
Okay.
me, that's the best class. You already know how I feel about that class. But
Okay.
I just started really just started taking pictures. Then people reached out to me and said, "Do you want to film?" And then I got into that side of the business, met Mikey Elliott, TNT, and then business just took off. And I'm grateful for being here.
Yes, sir. RIP to Mikey Elliott. For those who don't know, big time figure, passed away this year. RIP to him. I just want to get people who may not know me as well. Again, Chuck Lawson been involved in high school, middle school basketball since 2007, 2008. Went to the state tournament. My brother then played in the state tournament back in '06 with Hamilton. They won the state and stuff. And I was like looking at the game. I'm like, man, I really want to, give people exposure. You know what I'm saying? I really want to give kids exposure and talk about kids, do, evaluation, things like that. So, right after that season, I jumped full fledged into it. You know what I'm saying? And I really hadn't stopped, since I started 901prepschool.com for the old school folks who remember. For a while, man, like I've covered pretty much every major event in the country. You know what I'm saying? Camps, all-star games, things like that. Anything locally, anything regionally, I've covered it. Like I said, been in it for a long time, man. So I'm not a fly-by-night guy. You know what I'm saying? That people may have thought that I was when I released the rankings a couple weeks ago. middle school. I've been involved for a long, long time on this side, man. And I ain't gonna lie to you, Fred. I jumped off into some other stuff. Black culture. I started black culture a couple years back. Wanted to kind of, man, I want to do something other than basketball, but basketball keep calling me back. So that's why I keep doing what I do. And people who don't know where to follow me now, I still have a platform. I got Chris Burns reached out a couple, like a year or so ago. He called me Chuck Chill Out. He was like, Chuck Chill Out. Man, you start back writing again, bro. I was already doing some writing stuff anyway. But if you do want to see some of my stuff, I still have a platform, arch-usa.com. You can go check it out. But again, like I told people, before you came in, Fred, we're going to talk middle school basketball, high school basketball. We're going to talk basketball, whatever. Cultural events, it don't matter. We're going to talk it. The first thing Charlie said, keep calling. He do keep calling. The first thing,
Charlie.
we released middle school rankings a couple weeks ago, right?
Right.
A couple weeks ago. And it set Facebook on fire. People kind of, went crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? You know how it go.
Yeah.
We had, I think, Elmore Park, Elmore Park was one, understandably so. Haven't lost a game in 2 or 3 years. And I think we had, a couple other teams that people thought we were in the wrong places. You know what I'm saying? But now, looking at the season so far, we only just one weekend. Talking about the season so far, what do you think about the first week, that from what you've seen, even including the Snowden and Ridgeway game that was on Thursday night?
It's gonna be a great middle school season, Chuck. I want
Yeah.
to see Elmore Paul games, so I don't play yet, but I'm gonna get out there and watch them play. But right now, Snow looking good.
Yeah.
Snow beat
So,
Bellevue, White Station, and Ridgeway. So they
mm-hmm.
looking real good. Real good.
So, for those who haven't seen Snow, you know what I'm saying, and people might say, well, it was a what do you call it? It was a scrimmage game. It don't really matter. It does matter. You know what I'm saying? It does matter, especially when you playing your guys. It matters. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To me, yeah. I mean, so we both went to the Ridgeway Snowden game. We think about the game overall. Like, I thought Ridgeway came out kind of slow. To start the game. Their point guard was on the bench, and Snowden jumped on them. What they were up? What, for 8-0?
Yeah,
7-0? 8-0. So before they scored a basket, and Snowden got out to running, man. That crowd was into it. And like I said, it's a group that I think is one of the better groups, of guards that I've seen so far in middle school. Talk about that first half. Ridgeway did come back. Jordan checked in the game. Jordan Sanders, people who don't know him, they checked back in the game. He checked in the game, and he scored their first 4 points of the game. And then they kind of settled in. They kind of settled in. And for people who don't know, talk about a guy like a Chris Carroll from that game and a Keelan Hamlet. Talk about those guys. And then we'll go to Snowden's guys.
Keelan, he was really impressive. He was real good on the boards. He hustled, dive on for loose balls and everything. Jordan Sanders, he a dog. He got all heart. He made them go. Once he came in the game, he took off. It's like Chris piggybanked off Jordan when he came in, and Chris started in the flow. So, at halftime, they was up about, I think, 1 or 2.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were.
So they were looking good, though. Without their leader, they leader, Rodney. So, they looking good. So, they hung in there. They was up about 1. But like I said, Joe and Keelan and Casey made some big threes.
He did.
Before the went to Aspire, but they played good though. Like I said, they was about, I'm trying to say about 1 at halftime.
I think it was. That the end of the third quarter was kind of, the start of the fourth quarter was kind of pivotal in that game, I thought, because Ridgeway jumped up. Remember, they jumped about 4 or 5 points. But then you had Braden Thomas hit 2 threes in that fourth quarter that were huge. One from the corner, and then one from the right wing. And it was 33-30, hit that 3. They tied it up, and then they got a couple turnovers, and you look up, and now Snowden's back up. And then toward the end, we haven't talked about this guy yet, who's probably the best 7th grader in Memphis, Kobe Burchett. We hadn't talked about Kobe. What do you think about Kobe Burchett overall? Just overall.
He was good. 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 Gotta be like he might be in the top. I know he in the top 10 middle school, like 7th, 8th grade. Don't even matter, but he top
Regardless.
10. Yeah,
Yeah, regardless.
top 10. He just he played the best of the best out of town. When you go out of town and play on the AU circuit, and you play the best of the best. Like competition, like in the city. I'm not saying the city like watered down, but he gonna have already like a chip on his shoulder, like I'm the best. So
Mm-hmm.
you going out of town playing Christian Bell and the rest of the top 5 in the nation. You come back, you that dog.
Yeah.
So Kobe Brissett, he the real deal.
I think Kobe, like I said, if, you talking about pound for pound, and that's what we are. That's what we ought to do next, Fred. We ought to do a pound for pound top 10 middle school players in Memphis right now. We gonna jump on that, and create a little buzz for that as well. Kobe Burchett to me is probably in the top 5 at least. I would say top 5 to 7 middle school players in middle school right now, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. But that game, he closed it out. Like toward the end, and I'm gonna say this too. We talked about this. I'm gonna say this too. It's a knock. Well, they say it's a knock. They said Kobe Burchett can't shoot. I can't tell because at the end he made a huge pull up short jumper, on the left wing, and then they got a turnover. I think was a turnover Fred after that.
Yeah,
They got a
he turned.
turnover, and then he hit a 3 in the same spot almost, but behind the line. You know what I'm
And
saying? 2 big boy shots.
he didn't even hesitate on the 3.
He didn't hesitate. I mean, I was like, he ain't gonna shoot that. And before you know it, he got it up, and he
I
shot it
thought
with confidence.
I thought his eyes shook. He was gonna pull it.
Yeah, he shot it with confidence. You know what I'm saying? And then you come right back, and he scored again. And then the last thing that kind of sealed it was at the very end. He kind of baited Jordan into, you know what I'm saying, into that spin, and he poked it away from him, and he went down and laid it up. I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? That's a big time player. My nephew Chandler said, "Who must see TV in middle school basketball?" Chandler, you probably got like I said, Kobe, Burchett, but I can't take nothing away from Braden Thomas. Fred, you did some highlights on Braden Thomas. I got familiar with him. I saw him a little bit before, but he can shoot the basketball. Like he can shoot. Like he gotta be top 10 shooter in middle school. Gotta be.
He is. He is.
Gotta You
He
gotta
is.
be. You gotta be. And I think also, Chandler asked, who was must see? Elmore Park, Snowden, those guys, Ridgeway, White Station. I still like we're gonna talk about all of those teams in a little while though. We're gonna talk about all those teams.
Yeah.
But hold on, let me make sure I turn it up. Okay, somebody's calling. But again, for people who probably checking in or whatever, full court with Chuck and Fred. We're gonna do this from time to time, hopefully weekly, right, Fred? Hopefully weekly. We're gonna give people what they want. We're gonna talk middle school basketball, high school basketball, Tigers, pretty much whatever, man. Anything local. Even when the Grizzlies playing like ass, we're gonna talk about the Grizzlies. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, going back to middle school. So we're gonna do top 5 middle school teams, Fred. Top 5 middle school teams right now. Of course, we already said Elmore Park at 1. I've seen Elmore Park. I saw him in scrimmage.
I
They
already know
look
what they
good.
got. I already know what they got.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Chase Key, Jordan
The big
Crawford,
thing.
Ryan
Like the
Turner,
big thing.
who's 6'5" now. Ryan Turner's legit 6'5" now.
Ryan Nelson took for he get mad.
What you
Ryan
say?
Nelson. Ryan Nelson.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Ryan Nelson. I don't know where I get Turner from. Ryan Nelson. Okay, so Ryan Nelson, who's legit 6'5" now. Legit 6'5", handling the ball some up full court. He's good. He's good. And then you add a guy like Dylan Atkinson, who's probably the most athletic middle school kid in the city. Talk about
Yeah.
that Elmore Park team. I know you saw him. Of course, your son played with them last year. You saw him firsthand. But talk about that team. Will they lose a game this year?
To be
Do
honest,
you see anybody beating them?
nah.
What kind of game do you have to play against them what kind of game do you have to play against Elf to beat them? I mean, just truthfully, I ain't even trying to be funny. Just truthfully speaking.
You gotta have some dogs, but you gotta have a point guard. A point guard
Okay.
that's gonna control the tempo.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got that, you gonna
It's gonna be
lose.
tough. It's gonna be
Yeah.
tough. It's gonna
Yeah.
be tough. It's
You
gonna be
gonna,
tough. I like them, man, because you're talking about 3 of the best 8 to 10 middle school basketball players in Memphis.
True.
Easy.
True.
Jordan Crawford, Chase Key, Ryan Nelson, and then if you want to put Atkins in there, he might be in that. He might be in that 10. You know what I'm saying? In that 10 range. If you gonna say 10, you're gonna say 10 to 12. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you're talking about 4 of the top 15 players in middle school on one team. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be that's tough. You know, that's tough. That's tough. Uh, we talked about Snowden. You know, Kobe Burchett, Braden Thomas. Another guy that I like. I found out his name yesterday. I didn't know his name. To
Who that?
Derek Payne Jr., the tall kid, about 6'2",
Yeah.
with the twist
Dread.
dread. He nice. I like him. He can handle the ball, be an outlet. You know, can take
He
some
play
pressure off the
hard too.
guard.
He
Yeah, I
play
like
hard
him.
too.
Yeah, he does. He does. I like him. I like him. See, I like kids like that who don't maybe have like the names. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But like they can play. And then there's also another kid on that team, number 12. I can't think of his name right now. Number 12. He made a big layup in the fourth quarter for Snow. He kind of
Uh,
long. You know what
I
I'm
forgot
talking
his
about?
name. I'll send it to you. I forgot his name though, but I saw him in first 48 this year.
Brown
He's
skin
pretty
kid.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, he not bad. Like he
Nah,
not bad. They're gonna have multiple guys. You know, because let's just be honest. Kobe Burchett is seventh grade still, so he's gonna have some games. They got a young team though, but he's gonna have some games where he may start off slow. So
right.
they're gonna need an eighth grader on their team, like a Payne, you know what I'm saying, to step up and score 6, 8 points in that first half, and then until he gets going or until Thomas makes some shots. So you're gonna need guys like that. But okay, we talked about Snowden. Number 3, who you got?
I'll take Ridgeway.
Okay, Ridgeway. Ridgeway, I think is I think they 1-1. You know, they lost to Snowden. And I think they won a game the other day. Ridgeway, I think, can be good. Like, I think with them, I just want to see Carl and Hamlet be a little bit more aggressive, looking for scoring opportunities. But I think they're going to be good. I think they can be really good. Hamlet, like you said earlier, Fred, you made a good point. He rebounds his butt off. Like he hit the glass. Chris Carroll can rebound. He can play the guard spot. He can maybe play some one for you as well if Jordan Sanders is in foul trouble or something. They're going to need some other guys to step up, like Dalen Jenkins, guys like that. They're gonna need him to step up as well in some games, but I like the makeup of this group. They're gonna be a hard out. And then we all know, people who don't know, Rodney can coach.
Yeah, he
Rodney can coach. Yeah,
He can. He can.
yeah,
I get
right.
him.
Him being out the other night, it was definitely an effect. I'm not saying Snow wouldn't have won, but I'm saying him not being on the sideline was definitely a factor in them losing. Who you got it for? Who you got for 4?
We gotta go with White Station.
Yep, good
I like
pick.
the two duo they got, Kaiser and Sirius.
Okay, okay.
Once Sirius knows he can take over the game, he just gotta go for the kill. Don't be laid back. Go for the kill.
Yeah, that's the main thing with Sirius. Just take it over.
Right.
Just take it over. What kind of player is Drake Kaiser? For people who don't know, what kind of player is Drake Kaiser?
I saw him last year playing. He's a good player. He's a sleeper in the class of 2030.
Okay.
Like, he makes shots, he rebounds, steal the ball. He do everything like a guard supposed to do.
Big guard?
Like, yeah.
Big guard? Okay.
Yeah.
Can he play both guard spot? He play 1 and a 2, or he more of a 2?
More two.
More 2 score.
Right.
Okay.
Most
Okay.
of the time, Sirius had the ball in his hands.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I just partner of mine. He said he saw them scrimmage somebody, Sherwood, I think, a couple days ago, or he said Washington State got a couple nice guys. Then I'm gonna tell you a guy I like on that team, Roper. Roper, the other guard. Yeah, he's simple, kind of similar to.
he the X factor.
Yeah, yeah. I can't think of his first name. Don't charge it to my head, not to my heart.
Feel like Malachi to me.
I think it is. Malachi Roper.
Yeah. He look like
Yeah. You're right. But and who you got at 5?
Bever.
Bellevue at 5. Okay. Bellevue for people who don't kill me. Don't kill me. Don't kill me, my guy Fred. I don't want to walk outside and somebody have a 22 on my head. You know what I'm saying? Bellevue is still good. Like Bellevue is still good. They're gonna win their side. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Have a chance to go to the state. Somebody just said carry on Roper. Okay, carry on Roper. He can play. I like his game. He's a guy that's could sneak in, be in that top 10 range. You know what I'm saying? He could be in there. Like he can play. So Fred, we got number 1 Elmore Park. We got
Right.
number 2 Snowden. We got number 3 Ridgeway. We got 4 White Station, and we got at 5 Bellevue.
That's right.
I think that's a pretty fair top 5. I think.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty fair. You know what I'm saying? So again, for those who it's only been 1 week of middle school basketball. You still got so much more basketball to go. We got Julio Classic. We got 901 Classic, Julio's Classic. That's gonna have some big time matchups in it. Hopefully, we got we still got the MAM, stuff like that. So it's gonna be some ways this year where we're gonna see some big time matchups. The next podcast we're gonna do our top 10. We're gonna do our pound for pound. We're gonna
That's
do
cool.
our top pound for pound middle school player. We'll talk. We're not gonna stay long. We're gonna talk a little high school, Fred. Just a little high school. Who do you think the best high school team is? On like right now, who's the best high school team preseason? For those who don't know, high school basketball will jump off not this week, but the week after that, official practice. I know y'all been practicing. Don't be lying like y'all been practicing.
So we doing
But it
private.
officially starts.
So we doing private with Memphis or what?
Yeah, we gonna include private. We include private. The best team in high school basketball right now. But of course we don't include the prep school team. We don't include them.
Uh,
Channel said Wooddale. They might be sneaky though.
yeah.
Might be sneaky.
Number one. I'm kind of in between.
Between Whitehaven and who?
Bartlett.
Whitehaven and Bartlett. Okay.
And
All right. So
Houston right under there.
okay. So who do you? Okay. So let's start off with top 5. I mean, they're starting 5. Whitehaven, you probably gonna have Cayenne Mitchell.
Right.
Cayenne Mitchell.
What about Tank?
Tank
Yeah,
Winston,
Tank.
only a sophomore. The Africans, Bonsla. The
And
Bonsla is a bigger one.
right.
And then you got I don't want to kill their last names. You got Idris, that's the other African. He's about 6'7", 6'8". And then you got it could be whoever at the other spot. Maybe Gavin Fitzpatrick if he's
Right.
the
Or
one
Grant.
that came from East. Yeah, or Grant. I'm gonna say Gavin. I'm gonna say Gavin for now.
Right.
Then we go with Bartlett. So with Bartlett, who we got? We got Braylon Williams. We
DJ.
got DJ Oko, who's top 15 in the country on ESPN. We got Ashton Perry, who just signed Division One. And yeah, who else? We got Cayenne. Bartlett. We got Bray, DJ, Ashton Perry,
Probably Sydney.
Sydney. I'm not gonna mention another guy. I'm gonna let another guy yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. But if we talking about, and then okay, who's deeper? Like who's deeper? So with Whitehaven, you got on the bench. You probably gonna have either Gavin or Isaiah Grant come off the bench. And Isaiah Grant was a starter last year at Fairleigh. He started last year at Fairleigh. And Gavin was a starter at a 4A school last year at East. East is now 2A, but he started at 4A school last year. Really athletic. Like, I mean, quick jumper. I like Gavin. I think he's gonna be a late bloomer. He could end up being a Division I guy. He goes to a good junior college or whatever. He could be a Division I guy.
Yeah, why
Uh,
they added some shooters too. They added Perkins and Logan. They
Isaiah
both in the
Perkins, yeah.
mix.
Hakeem
Yeah.
Logan, yep. So that's their bench. But then, you know, with Bartlett, you may bring Sidney Thompson off the bench,
Yeah.
and a young guy that could probably start at a lot of high schools right now, Malachi.
Yep. Malachi. And they
Yep.
got the other boy name. I forgot. It's on the top of my head. From
Uh,
Covington. From Covington.
Caleb Taylor, who's the best
Yep.
freshman in the area, in my opinion.
Me too.
The best freshman in the area is coming off Bartlett's bench.
Yeah.
So when you factor those things in, Fred, who you got? It's still hard, ain't it? And
Yeah.
then you know what? Somebody told me they had a good art. They were like, man, you know what, Chuck? Man, Brian Chris has an argument, but I don't think Brian Chris is deep enough. But they have arguably two of the top 6 players in Memphis. I
And
love Josh
Tennessee.
Huggins. I love Josh Huggins. I love Josh Huggins. But I also love Fred Smith, Mr. Basketball, best player in the area, 6'8", decide between, some D1s. So you got and Huggins 6'6", Fred 6'8", you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then you put another Division One on the side of both of them, the Parker Pounds who going to Air Force. And then you got little Greg. Greg Spade.
I think Greg gonna have a big year this year.
I think he is too, because he's gonna be freed up a lot. Because you got to pay so much attention to Fred and Josh now.
Yeah.
He's gonna get so many open. He's gonna be in open shot heaven. He's gonna be in open shot heaven. It's gonna be swing back to him. He's gonna let it fly. So I mean, they all got. I'm gonna tell you who I got first, though. I'm gonna tell you who I got number one. I got Whitehaven at one.
Man.
Just because I think they're a little bit deeper and they're a little bit older in some spots. So that's why I put them at one. Now, does that mean I'm gonna have them at one in 2-3 weeks? Nah. You know what I'm saying? Because I still love Bartlett. Everybody call me a Bartlett lover. I still like Bartlett, but I got Whitehaven at one for right now. You know what I'm saying? For right now, I got them at one. Bartlett has a really tough schedule, so we're gonna see what that made out of like immediately. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like you said when you talked about middle school. When you go and you play in the City of Palms, and when you playing Bass Pro, and when you go playing this event, they're playing in two of the best events in high school basketball. Two of the best events in high school basketball. So when you come back to here, and no disrespect to anybody here, you come back here though, it's like, oh man, we good.
Yeah.
We good. We
Yeah.
good. Now teams right below them, Fred, like you say, you like Houston, right?
Yeah.
Why you like Houston? Why you like Houston?
I like Bryson and I like
Okay.
Jordan Miles.
I love Jordan Miles.
Yeah.
I love Jordan. I like just Price too. I love both players. Then they added KD from Wooddale, the 6'10".
Yeah.
Yeah, he's there. And then there's another kid that's there. They're transferred from Central, about 6'4", a guard. I can't think of his name, but he won't be bad for them. I can't think of his name though. Those probably will be like your three, right?
Yeah.
In some order, in some order.
Right.
So when you talk about like the fourth team, who would your fourth team be? Like 4 and 5. 4 and 5. 4 and 5.
It kind of toss up right now.
I would say people gonna think I'm crazy for saying this. I'm gonna say Hardin Academy. They're in
Why?
that 4 or 5 mix.
I like Southwind though.
Oh yeah, you can throw Southwind. Southwind's in that mix too. Southwind added a couple guys, little Cassius Bond, TJ, to go along with Ron Towns and those guys. They're in that mix. They're in that mix for sure. They right there. They right there. Well, they right there in that mix. Southwind in the same league with Whitehaven now.
Yeah, I know. They're
They in
gonna
the
be
same
tough.
league. They finna battle. they finna battle for sure. Like that's gonna be different that's gonna be weird going to watch Southwind and Whitehaven and Southwind and Whitehaven. That's gonna be weird. But I say Hardin Academy is gonna be in that mix because they were a game away from going to the Final Four last year in the private school side, and they brought everybody back. Now, Josiah Curry's going to be a guy who's going to be missed big time. 6'4", 6'5" kid from last year, but you
Right.
bring it back, Fred. You bring it back, Fred. I call Fred the Memphis version of Rondo, Rajon Rondo. Can
Right.
do a little bit of everything. I really like him. Cody Brooks is good too. He's
Yeah,
another
Kobe. Yeah.
Cody nice. Cody's gotten better. He's gotten nice. Anderson Foster
Fred
can
Martin.
shoot it. You
You
said
got
who?
Fred Martin over there too.
Yeah,
Fred
Fred.
Martin.
Yeah, Fred Martin, Cody Brooks, Raylan Ivey, Anderson Foster. All those dudes can play. Little Jevin can shoot it.
Yeah.
They got a good team. Now, I don't know what they're gonna have in terms of size, but as far as like them being, they should be like in that mix right there with another team that might be in the mix. St. George's.
Yeah.
Adding Antonio, adding Big B, Brian Swing from East. You talk about 6'7", 6'8",
They got
6'6". I forgot MJ Haynes. Forgot about him. He's been looking good. I've been hearing. And let me say this. When I was talking about my top 5, top 10 players, that was going on the fact that I didn't know if he's going to be fully healthy or not. You know what I'm saying? Like fully right. When you come off what he came off of last year, that's tough. But from what I've been seeing on video, yeah, like he been looking all right. Like he been looking all right. Like he look like himself again. So if he himself, then I might have to put St. George's in there. I might
Yeah.
have to. I might have to.
Right.
I'm sorry with Harden, but I might have to because you're talking about MJ, you're talking about Brian Swing, you're talking about and then don't forget the other left hand guard, Carson Crump.
Yeah.
Carson Crump.
Yeah.
Carson Crump, for those who don't know, may have had a better ninth grade season than anybody last year. He
I
averaged
think
like
he did.
17. Yeah, he did. Did you ever video him last year, Carson?
No, I just saw highlights of him.
Okay. I like Carson. He's grown a little bit too. I like Carson. He's grown a little bit too. But you're talking about, so you got Carson, MJ, B Swing, Cam Green is a guy to watch over there. He's 6'7", only a junior. So that's gonna be a good team. It's gonna be a really, really good team. Watch out for St. George's over there with D Wilkes. I think Fred froze up, I believe. Let me see. May get him back. Hopefully I get him back. Fred, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I
Okay,
got
okay,
like
babe.
probably about 2 minutes left.
Okay, babe. Okay. Yeah, okay. So like I said, I think all those teams are gonna be in that mix, but we really gonna do our top 5 though for high school on our next podcast. Like I said, man, we're gonna talk a lot of middle school, high school basketball this year. And then we're gonna touch on some Tiger basketball too. Like I said, some local stuff, it ain't just gonna all be about basketball. We're gonna talk some other stuff as well. It's gonna be fun, Fred. I'm looking forward. We finally got together, man. We finally did it. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a long time coming. Like I said, my guy Stephon Smallwood, what up?
How long it
We've
been?
been
Like 2 years?
Man, we've been talking about it for a long time, man. We gonna finally do it, and then we gonna do it up big. This is just the first time, just getting it out there, doing Instagram Live. Like I said, man, we gonna do it big though. Looking forward to, man, having a lot of fun doing this, man, for real.
I'm ready, Chuck. Let's do it.
Man, I'm ready, dog. For those who don't know, again, Full Court with Chuck and Fred. Check us out, man. Probably maybe same time next week, maybe a little bit sooner. Middle school basketball gonna be running again next week. We're gonna talk some more games, and then we're gonna do our pound for pound top 10 middle school players. And you know what? Forget it. We're gonna do pound for pound top 10 high school as well. We're gonna make folks talk about this basketball coming up, man.
Yeah. Let's get them.
Yes,
Let's get them
sir.
something to talk about.
Yes, sir. My guy, man. You have a good one, man. We gonna wrap.
You too. I'll see you.
Yes,
I'll talk
sir.
to you later.
All right, bet.
Okay.
Bet. Yeah, that was me and my guy in the end with Fred. Again, we're gonna be doing this a lot more for the next, couple months of the season. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Until next time, we out.